Everyone is part of a bigger story. It's a bigger story than you can imagine. It's a big story about a really big God. Discover the story that shows you the character of God. Hey, I'm Caleb, and you're about to get up close and personal with my Bible. Whether you check it out in print or online, the Bible is God's Word. He inspired dozens of people over hundreds of years to write it all down because He meant these words for you too. God thought you up and created you, and you're so valuable to Him that He wants to speak directly to you. That's a high honor. In fact, I've got 4 stories from the Bible to show you what real honor can look like. We get started in the book of 1 Samuel. Here, King Saul finds himself in a bit of a bind. Israel's facing a terrible Philistine enemy led by the giant Goliath. All King Saul's warriors are shaking in their sandals when a lone shepherd, David, steps up and offers to face down the giant. Now the king's gotta be asking himself what we're all wondering. Would you give some teenage shepherd the chance to take on enemy number 1? Hopping ahead 1 chapter, we meet David again. He's now the king's favorite and best friends with the king's son, Jonathan. You'd think Jonathan would be the important guy in this friendship, right? I mean, he's a prince, while David's mostly just hung out with sheep. Instead, Jonathan chooses to share everything he's got with his friend, even risking his own life. Now we move ahead 1 book and half a lifetime. David is king, and Saul and Jonathan have both been killed in battle. But David recalls a promise he made to always be kind to Jonathan and his family. So David tracks down Jonathan's son, Mephibosheth, who can't walk, and sends out an order for him to show up at the royal palace. But since David and Sheth's granddad were enemies, Sheth doesn't know if he's about to meet with kindness or a trip to the dungeon. To wrap up our look at honor, we skip through a long line of kings to a time when the Israelites have been scattered. Many live in Babylon under foreign rule, including a man named Daniel. Daniel is the favorite advisor of King Darius, but the other minions are so jealous, they whip up an evil plot to trap Daniel if he dares pray to the one true God. Now, Daniel's got a choice. If he keeps praying to God, he lands a one-way ticket to a pit filled with lions. We're called to honor God in everything we say and do. And we can also show everyone we meet that they are valuable to us and to God. That's what true honor looks like. And I can't wait to see how it plays out in you and me.
Hey, I'm Tyson. Wait, are we on? I'm so sorry. Do we start?
Yeah, we're going.
Oh, okay. Hey, I'm Tyson, and welcome to the Honor Hall of Fame, where everybody matters. It's my way of showing people that there's something about them that makes them very special. And that's what honor is. Honor is letting someone know you see how valuable they really are. You know, because you're valuable. We're all valuable. We matter. And if you can't see that, just look a little closer, just a little bit. It could be the way that you look. Or it could be how you think. Or leaping into the experiences that you've had. Everybody matters. And you know why I know that? Because God, the creator of the universe, made people too. And he loves you no matter what you look like or what experiences you've been through. Whoa, hey, oh no. I don't have a display in here to honor God. How do you honor God? Because I can't take a picture of him, because he's invisible or something like that. Ooh, I could make a list of all the things he's done and I could put it on the wall. Okay, I don't think the wall's big enough for that though. I could get him a present. Just like last Christmas, my uncle got my dad a treadmill. But I don't think God needs to work out. I could get him a cake. Oh, who doesn't like cake? I can get him a cake. How do I get the cake to him? No. How do you honor God? How can I show him how valuable he is to me? I don't know. But the Bible story usually helps me out with these kinds of situations. Today, it's about a guy named Daniel, and he had to go through something really hard, but the way that he honors God is actually really simple. Maybe I could send God a card. That's it.
The Bible. It's 66 books of history, stories, letters, and poetry that fit together to form God's one big story. The epic adventure of how he created us and loves us so much that he made a way to rescue us. As we travel through the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, we discover people who met God and found their lives changed forever. And now for an amazing story, inspired by the book of Daniel, chapter 6.
Israel was ruled by many kings following David. Some listened to God, but some did not. Over and over, God's people strayed to worship other gods. When Jehoiakim was king of Israel, he ignored God's laws and led the people astray. So, God allowed Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, to invade Jerusalem and take captives back to his home. One of the prisoners was a young man named Daniel. Because he listened to God, his wisdom soon gained him the position as one of the king's advisors. Daniel served Nebuchadnezzar for many years, and when Babylon was conquered, Daniel was chosen to serve the new ruler, King Darius II.
I shall appoint 120 royal rulers over my kingdom, and 3 big bosses over them.
King Darius chose Daniel, and 2 other men we'll call Abo and Kos.
I'm first.
Who's first?
Guys.
Just as he did 3 times every day, Daniel went to his room, kneeled down, and talked to God.
Thank you for giving me this job, God. Please help me to do it well.
Daniel did so well that King Darius took notice.
I think I shall make you the head bigwig over everyone.
Abo and Kos weren't so happy when they heard the news.
Who's first?
He's first.
Daniel? No way.
Not if we get him in trouble.
But though Abo and Kos watched Daniel closely, they couldn't find a single thing wrong with him or his work.
Except he prays to his God.
First thing each morning.
First thing at lunch.
First thing each evening.
The wily pair devised a plan along with the other advisors and went to the king.
King Darius, first things first.
May you live forever.
I plan on it.
We think everyone should put you first.
Tell me more.
Make a law that for 30 days no one can pray to any god but you.
An intriguing idea. But what if they don't? How do we give this law some teeth?
Oh, that's easy.
First one to disobey gets tossed into the lion's den.
Oh, where do I sign?
Daniel heard about the king's terrible new order, but even so, he went directly to his room to talk to God, the one true God.
The law says I'm supposed to pray to the king. But God, you're the one who's given me everything. You're the only one I can thank.
Unfortunately, Abu and Kaz followed Daniel and watched as he knelt before God.
He's up first.
For the lion's den.
Gleeful, they raced to find King Darius.
Didn't you sign a law that says no one can pray to any god but you for 30 days?
Yeah, or they get thrown into a den with lions.
Indeed.
We saw the first.
The first what?
First one to break your law.
Who's first?
You're first.
My first?
You're first in command.
Daniel!
He still prays to his god 3 times a day.
Wait, Daniel?
Darius was terribly upset. He didn't want Daniel harmed, but the written laws were so strong, not even the king could find a way out. At sunset, Daniel was brought out and lowered into the lion's cave.
You always serve your God faithfully, so may he save you.
Immediately, a heavy stone was placed at the mouth of the cave. In the gloom, Daniel continued talking to God.
God, thank you for giving me strength to stand strong for you. I trust that you will take care of me, even here.
King Darius returned to his palace, but he couldn't eat or sleep. All night he paced the rooftop gardens, staring through the darkness towards the place where the lions were kept.
He can't survive, can he?
As the sun finally rose, Darius rushed to the lion's den.
Remove the stone.
Darius peered into the pit. His eyes, blinded by the sun, could only see the darkness.
Daniel, you faithfully serve the living God. So has he been able to save you from the lions?
After a long moment, Daniel emerged into the light, unharmed.
My king, may you live forever. My God sent his angel to shut the mouths of the lions. They haven't hurt me at all, because I've done nothing wrong in God's sight. And nothing wrong to you either.
Lift him out of the den immediately.
King Darius was overjoyed to see Daniel safe, but his anger burned towards the men who had tricked him into signing that terrible law.
Throw them in the lion's den immediately.
Abu and Kaz howled in protest and pointed at each other.
Who's first? He's first.
The men who tried to destroy Daniel lost their own lives instead, and King Darius immediately sent for his scribe to write something new, a letter instead of a law.
Say this. May you have great success. I order people in every part of my kingdom to respect and honor Daniel's God. He is the living God. He will live forever. His kingdom will not be destroyed. He has saved Daniel from the power of the lions.
God gave Daniel success all through the reign of King Darius, and Daniel continued to honor the one true God.
Okay, so we know there are many reasons to honor God. He's big, powerful, he knows everything. But how do we honor God? I bet you Daniel can tell us. So God had a very special relationship with his people, the Israelites. They had to go through a lot. Lots of traveling, slavery in Egypt, wandering through the desert, splitting into different kingdoms, and then finally being taken captive and conquered in a place called Babylon. Daniel was one of those captives. He lived most of his life in a different culture other than the one he grew up in. He was even ordered to worship someone other than God. But Daniel refused. He honored God no matter what, even if it meant getting thrown into a den of lions. When Daniel came out of their life, he didn't say, "Oh, I'm alive because I outsmarted the lions," or, "Oh, I guess they weren't all that hungry today." He gave all of the credit and glory to God. And he really wanted people to know how amazing God was. That's one way that we can honor God, by talking about what he's done. How God made the world and how he parts the seas and how he can make food fall from the sky. That's one way that we can honor God. And one other way that we can honor God is we can not just talk about what he's done, but we can talk about what he's doing right now. He gives you talents and strengths. He gives you ideas and inspiration. He makes the sun rise every day. We're so used to God doing miraculous things that we don't even see him as miracles anymore. You know, Jesus said that we were kind of like a light to the world, and that we do good things not so people will see how good we are, but so they will see how good God is. That's the one thing I learned today. Honor God by giving him the credit. So, here goes. This is why you matter to me, God. You give me friends that always have my back, who come down into this basement with me and help me make videos. And you gave me the idea for this museum, and you are always there for me. You love me and you know what's best for me. Oh man, this is gonna take all day. You made vanilla wafers, which I eat every day. I just gobble them down. And then you give me a belly button. I don't even know what that's for. Sometimes I just stare at it, just thinking and pondering about what it's for. You gave me all the camera equipment.
Stop staring at me.
I'm not staring at you. My eyes are closed.
No, they are wide open.
Did you know that the stars in the sky are made out of glow-in-the-dark marshmallows?
What?
I hate cheese.
You literally eat cheese 6 times a day.
Kittens are ugly.
John, none of the things you are saying are true.
I know. I'm lying.
Hey everybody, I'm Brandon.
And I am still John.
And this is the So-and-So Show.
And that is a true statement.
Yes, it is.
Yes. You know, Brandon, I just love this show. Don't you?
Well, yeah, I mean, I do, but it's our show. We host it, so.
Yeah, so?
So it feels a little weird to be like, yeah, I love my own show.
Yeah, but if we don't love doing it, how can we expect anyone else to?
That's a good point.
Yeah, we are amazing, Brandon, you and I. We're absolutely the very best at what we do, and we do it all. I mean, the show is what it is all because of what you and I do, and nobody else can take credit for it, right?
You were saying?
Yeah, well, I may have gotten a teensy bit carried away. There are a lot of other people that make this show awesome too, not just you and me. We have a whole team of people who make this show great. I'm sorry, guys, I just getting a little...
Luckily for you, John, I planned a special surprise today in honor of some of the people who make our show great.
Really?
Oh yeah, hit it, Dance Bear!
Oh yeah, our first honoree is our camera operator, Cookie. Cookie, the ninja camera warrior, making John's close-ups look great even when his face contorts into terrifying expressions every 30 seconds.
What? My face is not contoured every 30 seconds when I'm talking.
Way to go, Cookie!
That was cool! Who's next, Brandon?
Well, right now it's time to pause for poetry.
Oh.
Would you like to do the honors, Jonathan?
Why, of course I would, Brandon Athen. There once was a girl named Michelle. She makes all our props very well. This bear, this bowl, or this tiny scroll, all made by our good friend Michelle.
Hit it, Dance Bear!
That's right, Michelle's the props master. Michelle makes everyone's ideas a reality with her craft genius and late night runs to Walmart. She can't wait to make the show look great. Way to go, Michelle.
Props to you, Michelle.
Yeah, nice. Who knew that celebrating other people could be so much fun?
I know, right? It's too bad we can't get to everybody.
What, we can't?
Not all in one episode, because right now it's Bible story.
Thanks for the mic, Mike. Hit it, Dance Bear!
Oh yeah, Mike the sound guy. If it weren't for you, we wouldn't hear a thing. Your name is Mike and you run all the mics. Coincidence? I think so. Way to go, Mike.
Testing, testing. Okay, I can hear me again.
Yeah, thanks for all you do, Mike.
Yeah, I really hate leaving people out. You guys are all so great.
Well, how about we thank everyone at once?
Ooh.
Hit it, Dance Bear!
Ooh, time for everybody else. Thank you to all the crew. You make everything happen, from lighting the actors' faces, to editing all our thousands of takes, to making sure nobody gets hangry on the job. Way to go, everybody!
Whoa! Yes! Y'all are the best.
Indeed-yo. Hey, it's Bible story time with Kellen.
Oh.
Hey guys,
Hey, Kellen.
I hear you guys are honoring different people who work on the show today.
Yeah, it's been so fun.
Nice, nice, nice. Are there any other people on this list you're celebrating?
No, yeah, we just wrapped that up to come over to you.
Oh.
Yeah, what's on the biblical agenda today?
Today is a roaring good story.
I don't get it.
You will once you hear the story.
Oh.
No, he hasn't.
Oh.
Yeah.
Today, we're talking about a man named Daniel. Daniel was an Israelite, one of God's chosen people. But when Daniel was a young man, Israel was defeated in battle, and Daniel and many others were taken from their homeland to Babylon to serve in the Babylonian king's court. Now, before I get too far ahead of myself, I really need some help telling this one, because it's such an epic story. So, please welcome your favorite reenactors, the So-and-So Show players!
Here we go.
Once Daniel was in Babylon, he continued to pray and worship God.
All praise to the God of Israel. I will worship you forever, no matter what.
He refused to let the traditions of the Babylonians change his belief in God. And because of this, God gave Daniel all kinds of wisdom.
I feel wise.
God gave Daniel so much wisdom that even after Babylon was taken over by a different kingdom, Daniel was still chosen to serve that king too, King Darius. In fact, Daniel was appointed as one of 3 top leaders in the kingdom.
Oh, dudes, we are basically the best.
Yeah, good thing King Darius trusted 3 of us more than anyone else.
Oh, yo! Hey, Daniel, my man! I trust you more than anybody else, yeah?
Because of Daniel's devotion to God, he had become the wisest and most favored ruler. Unfortunately, the other 2 leaders were not so thrilled about Daniel being the favorite, so they devised a plan.
That Daniel guy's the worst.
Yeah, I want a high five from King Darius.
Oh, we gotta get rid of him. What's something that he does that's bad?
He doesn't do anything bad. He's like the most trusted guy in the whole kingdom.
That's right. What's something he does that's different from us?
He prays to his God a lot.
That's it!
So, they convinced King Darius to create a law that everyone in the kingdom had to only worship him for 30 days.
Only worship me, huh? That does sound nice.
Yeah, and if anybody worships anybody else or any other god, they get thrown into the lion's den.
Oh, well, that seems excessive.
Yeah.
And I like it. Yeah.
Just sign here.
Alrighty. There we go.
And right here.
Oh, okay.
And initial here.
Oh, boy.
And one more right here.
Oh, okay.
It's done!
Dude, don't lose your cool.
Daniel heard about the law, but he knew that he could never worship anyone but the one true God.
Oh God, this is a terrible decree. I cannot go even one day without worshiping you. You are my life, my breath, and the one true God. I love you with all my heart. Praise be to your name.
Oh, King! Oh, King! We caught Daniel praying to his God.
He's the worst. He ignores your orders.
What are you talking about?
You are my life, my breath.
Oh, no.
And the one
High
true
five.
God.
Oh, no!
Low five.
I'm gonna go warm up the lions.
King Darius was deeply upset when he found out Daniel had broken his law. You see, the written law signed by a king was so strong and binding that there was nothing King Darius could do to change it. He tried everything he could the entire day to not throw Daniel into the lion's den. But when sunset came, he finally had to follow through with the law.
Daniel, you always served your God so faithfully. May he save you.
The king couldn't sleep that night. He was so nervous. As soon as the sun started to rise the next day, the king got up and hurried to the lion's den.
Daniel! Daniel! You faithfully serve the living God. Has he been able to save you from the lions?
Your Majesty, may you live forever. My God sent his angel to shut the mouths of the lions. They haven't hurt me at all.
Oh!
You're so cute.
No, you get over here. You come with me, my man. Come on.
Daniel didn't even have a scratch on him. Can you believe that? Now, for the two guys who plotted against Daniel, King Darius had them thrown into the lion's den next. And the lions acted a little bit differently the second time. After that, King Darius wrote to all the people in every nation.
Greetings to every person everywhere. I hereby order all the people in my kingdom to honor Daniel's God. He is the living God, whose kingdom will not be destroyed. He saved Daniel from the power of the lions.
And so God continued to give Daniel success while Darius was king, and during the next king's rule as well. The end.
I can't believe Daniel spent an entire night trapped in a den of lions and didn't get hurt at all.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome.
That's God. The awesome thing is that he's the same God today that he was on the day he protected Daniel. He is faithful to be with us and do powerful things in our lives too.
That is awesome. And we can honor God by giving him credit for what he's done, just like Daniel and King Darius did.
That's right. Jesus said, "Let your light shine so others can see it. Then they will see the good things you do, and they will bring glory to your Father who is in heaven."
Hey, thanks, Kellen, for the awesome story.
Thank you, guys. Say, are you sure you celebrated everyone? Or maybe you...
See you later, Kellen. That Kellen guy is a good storyteller.
Yeah, we should let him know how important he is to the show someday.
Totally.
Yeah. Reveal the question.
Oh, right. How do you honor God?
Great question. We've been talking all month about how to honor other people, but what about how to honor God?
Yeah, you all talk it over, and we will see you next time.
I'm Brandon.
I'm John.
This was the So-and-So Show.
That's right.
We're out of here.
Where we going?
Time to wait to do the next Bible story.
Oh yeah, Kellen the Storyteller. He makes the Bible so fun that you don't even realize he's blowing your mind with biblical truths. Way to go, Kellen.